What's going on, everyone? It's me, revolverplayer here, and welcome to another episode of revolverplayer Storytime. Today we begin a new Storytime topic. This is the story of my first ever trip to a LEGO convention out of state. More specifically, what's known as Atlanta BrickCon in, you guessed it, Atlanta, Georgia. To backtrack a little as to how I got this opportunity, my friend Robert's dad owns a LEGO business. I kid you not, selling minifigures, actual sets, LEGO parts, I mean, you name it. Unfortunately, Robert's dad broke his leg, and as well as raising rent prices, he decided to close his store after 14 years. Me being a friend of Robert's and an occasional customer for James, I went to the store while they were closing down, and every day that they were at the shop closing, I was down there helping. During the closing, they had asked me if I had ever been to Atlanta before, which, if y'all know me, I've only ever flown out of state. I had never been on a road trip a day in my life. So, to my shock, they invited me to tag along with them to this LEGO convention in Atlanta. The day we left, I'd say we left in the early-ish afternoon. Heading up was me, my buddy Robert, and his dad, who I mentioned before, runs the whole business. 2 different trucks, one hauling the trailer that is full of nothing but LEGO, as well as the camper with probably just enough room for us to sleep. Now, this weekend wasn't going to just be the 3 of us. My friend Robert's mom, James' wife, and her teaching assistant, who also happens to help out with the shows, were coming up to Atlanta that weekend. And to add on top of all of that, we had their dogs with us. On the way up, we of course had to make stops for gas and or food, and I finally got to go inside of my first Buc-ee's. It feels like anytime I've gone to Buc-ee's this year, I've come out with a new piece of merchandise. I've bought their hoodie, their pillow, a couple of plushies, even like those kind of neck pillow things that you could use on a plane or a road trip. I remember maybe between 11 or 12 that night, we pulled off and rested for a couple hours at a Love's travel stop, which coincidentally had a Bojangles, and me always hearing about Bojangles and their Bowberry biscuits, knew this was the moment to finally try them. Surprisingly, they weren't that great when I first tried them, but the next time I made an attempt at tasting them, it was so much better and I just couldn't tell you what the difference was. So we finally pull into the convention center parking lot at about 5 or 6 in the morning. I'm not kidding, right as the sun starts rising. We had driven almost all night and almost the entire afternoon before that to finally arrive. I finally crawled into the bed my buddy Robert was using once him and James were up for the morning. And if I remember correctly, I didn't wake up until 11 that morning. A rest I didn't realize I needed. When I woke up, I realized how late I was and how embarrassed I was for sleeping this late. Robert had thankfully shared his location with me, so I followed it into the venue and right to where him and his dad were setting up the booth. I later came to find out that I would in fact not be working the booth, or not at this show anyway. I was going to be on dog sitting duty for that trip, with the exception of helping move everything in and back out again. I won't really get into how setting up went, as it's nothing interesting. You gotta make the tables look nice, set up the racks where the sets will go, then set up the sets themselves. When it comes to selling LEGO sets themselves, people tend to like when they're all sorted nicely and you can see what they are and how much they are. Sometimes they'll want a closer look, so you kind of have to pull the sets from the shelves, hand them to people, make sure they don't run off with it, or that no one at your stand is going to pocket some LEGO pieces or something. LEGO theft, as ridiculous as it may sound, is very common, especially at LEGO conventions. Once the camper was unloaded and the trailer was unloaded, we could all fit into the camper comfortably. I'd like to mention the fact that the camper had an electrical hookup which James could literally plug into his truck, as well as a working shower and toilet, though we didn't use it if we didn't need to. Places like Indianapolis and South Carolina actually had showers of their own at the venue. Or, if it was like Birmingham or Chantilly, we would stay in a hotel. Now, I'm pretty sure this was the night before the convention actually started, but the venue actually had a dinner for all the vendors, which is what we were referred to as, and the displayers who actually, build stuff and create the things with LEGO that people come and see. James himself actually has his own display that he brings to show sometimes, which I'll let you guys have a little look at here. Now, the food at this dinner, at least according to James, was a lot better the year before. So you know what we did? We went and got ourselves some Chick-fil-A. Now, nothing really happened Saturday except for the fact that I was able to go out and walk around for a while that night and take some pretty nice pictures. Sunday during the show, I had to run in everyone's lunches from the camper, and James gave me some free time to go explore around the convention and check out all the builds, so you guys should probably start seeing them now. after the show ended on Sunday, conveniently Super Bowl Sunday, the game and halftime all took place while we were packing up from the show or on the road driving to Buc-ee's, which ended up being our dinner and where we would rest for the night. Me and Robert did think about maybe trying to drive the rest of the way, but ultimately decided not to until the next morning. The next morning, me, Robert, and his family gathered to say goodbye and thank you. Robert and I would be continuing the drive alone, as James and everyone else were going to be taking their time getting home. Me and Robert really wanted to be back in our respective homes at this point. We did stop for lunch, but we were home before 5 that afternoon. Unfortunately, everyone, that is the end of this story time with Revolver Player. I hope you all did enjoy listening to me ramble on about this, and I also feel really terrible about just kind of disappearing on you all this year. But I kind of hope now you all understand where I disappeared to. And not to worry, if you guys did enjoy this, there are plenty more in store for you all. If you all did enjoy this, why not leave a comment, a like, or maybe if you're new around here, subscribe. Something else worth mentioning, everyone. I will have off in September, so I'll try to be as consistent with videos between now and then. But if I disappear for weeks at a time, it's probably because I'm on the road again. I'll try my best to keep you all updated on when I head out again, but not to worry because we'll be done for this year. I'll try my best to keep you all updated on when I head out again, but not to worry, we'll be done for the year in November, and to be honest with you all, I have no idea what's next, so might be back to doing this full time again. Thank you all so much for tuning into this video, and especially for making it to the end. My name is Revolver Player, and I will see you all in the next one.